So all of these other numeration systems finally lead us to the Hindu-Arabic system, or what we call our base 10 system. This is the one you guys are used to. It makes sense. We have 10 fingers, we have 10 toes. We have evolved into a base 10 system. Some benefits: there are no tally marks. All numbers can be constructed from these 10 digits. And notice there are 10 symbols that we use, right? I shouldn't say these 10 digits, I should say symbols, but 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Please note that this is the highest symbol that we have, is 9. Once you get above 9, you have to roll into more digits. Place value is based on powers of 10. That's the base of this particular system. The Babylonians used base 60, we're using base 10. And we actually have the concept of 0. So at a 0 in a place value means there's no tens or no hundreds or none of whatever's sitting in that place value. So the first thing you need to know how to do is how to write a number in expanded form. Expanded form literally just means expanding the number out. So 546 is 5 hundreds, 4 tens, and a 6, right? 540 and 6. So we have how many hundreds? We have 5 hundreds, we have 4 tens, and we have 6 ones. We're just saying 500, we're saying 100 in numbers now. 4 tens, that's 40, and then 6 ones. And we're going to go one step further, and we're going to do expanded form with exponents. This is the way we're going to want you guys to do this in this class. So you're going to write it as 5 times 10 squared, 10 to the first, 10 to the 0. And what you'll notice is that that's the way the place values go for base 10. It's always 10 to the 0, 10 to the first, 10 squared, 10 to the third, etc., etc. It just keeps adding a 0. So we're going to expect you guys to write it with exponents. So that's one thing. The other thing is how to use base 10 blocks, because often in elementary school this is how you start teaching multiple digits, is with base 10 blocks. So you have these little tiny squares, those are each worth 1. Then you have these long skinny ones, which is going to be 10 of those ones put together, so those are going to be your tens. And then if you put 10 of the tens together, it makes this big square over here, which is going to be worth 100. And if you count up each of the little squares, you can get the full quantity. But we know that this is a flat, we'll call it a flat, a long, or a skinny, and then like one of these little bits down here at the end. So the examples say, represent each of the following using base 10 blocks and then write them in expanded form. Okay, so we'll start off with the base 10 blocks. 245. That would be 2 hundreds, 4 tens, and 5 ones. So we would have, and these are not going to be to scale, okay? Just go with me here. That's going to be 100. We need 2 of those. That's the 200s. Then we need 4 of the tens. Those are the skinnies. And then you would need 5 of the little bits. And that would represent, this is your 200, this represents your 40, and this represents your 5. So that would be your base 10 blocks drawing. In expanded form, you would start by saying, well, it's 200 plus 40 plus 5. That's expanding it initially to get the shapes. But then that means you have 2 hundreds, 4 tens, and 5 ones. And so this is supposed to kind of drill into your head the exponent. So 10 squared is 100, 10 to the first is 10, and anything to the 0 power is 1. So that's how we say ones, 10 to the 0 power. So do you see how it's literally a 2, 4, and a 5, which correlates to the 2, 4, 5 that's over here? We're just spelling it out, right? And the other thing is the 2, 4, 5 is telling you how many shapes you should draw. 2 of these, 4 of these, 5 of these, whatever the shape may be. So it's 2, 4, and 5. Let's try another one. 1,000. Well, if you put 10 of these hundreds together, if you were to stack them up, it would actually make a big cube. So I'm going to draw the cube, I don't know, kind of like this. I don't know, do your best to draw a cube. Okay, that's going to be worth 1,000. And then I need 200s. We'll draw 200s. Label them because they don't really look like hundreds. And then we need 4 little bits at the end. So 1,204. That's in base 10 blocks. That's how it would look. Or we can do 1,000 plus 200 plus 4. Now you have to be careful because of the 0 that's there. So we have 1 of the cubes, 10 cubed, and see it's a cube. We have 2 of the hundreds, those flats. They're 2-dimensional. These are 3-dimensional, the thousands. 2 of these hundreds. To keep the pattern going, I'm going to say we don't have any 10s because we don't have any skinnies. And then we have 4 10 to the zeros. Make sure you get that 10 to the 0 in there. So we have 1, 2, 0, 4. Again, I'm just trying to highlight 1, 2, 0, 4 is the 1, 2, 0, 4 over here. We have 1 shape, 2 of the next shape, 4 of the last shape, right? And so this is that connection that you try to get kids to make with the base 10 blocks that they can play with on their table, and how it breaks down. Generally in elementary school you go to here, you don't do the exponents, but y'all, this is a college class. We're going to do exponents. Okay, so that's the way those would look. Now we can also go backwards. We're going to go from expanded form back into a regular base 10 number, and I'm going to show you kind of a nice way to do it where you can just set up your place values and then fill in. So do you see how this goes? 10 to the 0, 10 squared, 10 cubed. Okay, so we need to get at least to the 10 cubed spots. So it goes, see, this is going to be 10 cubed, and then we'd have 10 squared, and then with the pattern 10 to the first, and then 10 to the 0. This is what we have. So what I've got to start with is I've got 7, and it's in the 10 to the third spot. So I'm going to put my 7 there. And then I have a 4 in my 10 squared spot. So I'm going to put a 4 there. Then I have a 6 in my 10 to the 0 spot. So I put a 6 there. And you'll notice that you do have a place value left out. What do? You fill in with a placeholder. And so this number is 7,406. The important thing here is, did you get the 0 in the right spot? Right there. And I think if you'll lay it out like this every time, you just drop the numbers in. Now this next one goes up to 10 to the 4th, so we're going to have to do more place values here. We got 10 to the 4th, 10 to the 3rd, 10 squared, to the 1st, to the 0. So I'm going to continue my pattern. So 4, 3, 2, 1, none. And I have a 2 in the 10 to the 4th spot. And I have a 1 in my very last spot. So what you're going to do in the middle, fill in with zeros. That's what makes place value systems so nice. So that's going to be 20,000, 1. And again, in order to keep the zeros straight, I really suggest that you do it this way. I think you're guaranteed to get them right if you'll set up the exponents first.